after this.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have anything against Oprah.
You just called her a bitch.
I'm going to tell you why.
You named your dog Oprah, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
They will definitely do what they can to try to blackball you, yes. I don't doubt that people have attempted to blackball me.
Have you ever wondered what happens when some of the most powerful figures in the entertainment world collide with the untouchable mystique of a global icon? Well, buckle up because this story has everything: intrigue, paranoia, and a level of power so immense that it could rattle even the most unshakable titans of Hollywood. At the center of this tangled web is Michael Jackson, the king of pop, a man whose influence transcended music and culture to become a force of nature. But here's the kicker, according to alleged revelations from none other than Jim Carrey, even legends like Oprah Winfrey and Seeing Diddy. Combs were supposedly terrified of Michael Jackson. Yes, you heard that right, terrified. So what could possibly have caused such fear in two of the most influential figures in the industry? Let's dive into the whispers and speculation that have taken the internet by storm.
Dumb and Dumber 2 opens tomorrow. Please say hello to Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, known for his comedic genius and iconic roles in films like The Mask and Ace Ventura, has become something of a wild card in recent years. He's walked away from the traditional Hollywood spotlight and adopted a more philosophical, truth-telling persona. But if recent claims are to be believed, Carrey allegedly dropped a bombshell that's left fans and skeptics alike reeling. According to these unverified whispers, Carrey claimed that Oprah and Diddy, two titans in their own right, were deeply unsettled by the enigmatic Michael Jackson, not just because of his global fame, but because of what he represented. The idea that Michael wasn't just a star, but a powerful, untouchable figure who knew too much is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But what exactly did he know? And why would that knowledge make two of the most powerful people in show business uneasy?
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower.
Let's start by setting the stage for this alleged trauma. Michael Jackson wasn't just a musician. He was a phenomenon. By the 1980s and 1980s and 1990s, he had reached a level of fame that defied logic. His albums broke records. His concerts drew crowds that rivaled national holidays, and his moves, like the moonwalk, became cultural milestones. But beyond his talent, Michael cultivated an air of mystery. He was elusive, private, and almost otherworldly in the way he carried himself. For fans, this added to his allure. For others, particularly those in the inner circles of power, it's alleged that this mystery was unsettling.
Now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Jim Carrey reportedly said that Michael had an energy that could rattle people, and not just in the way a superstar might intimidate a rookie actor. No, this was something deeper. It was as though Michael operated on a different plane, one where the usual rules of Hollywood didn't apply. And let's be honest, Hollywood thrives on rules, power dynamics, influence, and control. Michael, however, seemed to dance beyond all of that. He didn't play by anyone's game, and that, according to Carrey's alleged claims, was what made Oprah and Diddy uneasy.
Thought Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do documentaries.
Let's turn our focus to Oprah Winfrey, often hailed as the queen of media. By the early 1990s, Oprah had built an empire. Her talk show wasn't just a platform for interviews, it was a cultural institution. She had the ability to shape public opinion, boost book sales, and turn everyday people into overnight sensations. But despite her immense power, Oprah has always been a figure who values control. Her interviews are famously thorough, her brand meticulously curated. So, when she sat down with Michael Jackson for that legendary 1993 interview at Neverland Ranch, you might think it was a meeting of equals. But was it?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments.
During that interview, Michael opened up about his life in a way that captivated millions. He spoke about his childhood, the pressures of fame, and his struggles with vitiligo. Yet, according to these alleged claims from Carrey, there was tension beneath the polished surface. Oprah is said to have been unsettled by Michael's cryptic and unpredictable nature. While she thrived on transparency and connection, Michael thrived on mystique and elusiveness. It's alleged that this dynamic left Oprah feeling as though she couldn't fully read or control him, a rare and uncomfortable position for someone of her stature. Jim reportedly hinted that Oprah saw Michael as a wild card, someone who could upend the carefully constructed narrative of her interviews at any moment. And in Hollywood, unpredictability is often seen as a threat. But Oprah wasn't the only one allegedly rattled by Michael's aura. Enter scene Diddy Combs, the mogul who built an empire with bad boy records and became a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. By the 1990s, Diddy was on the rise, producing hit after hit and commanding respect in both music and business. However, according to these alleged revelations, Diddy admired Michael but also viewed him as a potential threat, not in a musical sense. Diddy wasn't trying to moonwalk his way into pop superstardom, but in terms of influence and clout.
Today, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
It's said that Diddy was acutely aware of Michael's ability to sway public opinion and dominate headlines. In an industry where image and perception are everything, Michael's unshakable fan base and global reach were unparalleled. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Jim Carrey allegedly claimed that Diddy worried Michael might have had access to secrets, industry dirt, if you will, that could derail even the most powerful players. Imagine being at the top of your game only to realize there's someone out there who not only surpasses you in influence, but might also hold the keys to your undoing. Whether or not this fear was justified, the mere possibility is enough to stoke paranoia.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, sexual assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
Now, let's take a moment to consider Jim Carrey's role in all of this. Why would he make such explosive claims? And what does he stand to gain or lose by stirring the pot? Carrey has been vocal about his disillusionment with Hollywood, calling it a machine that chews up and spits out talent. He's also expressed admiration for Michael Jackson in the past, describing him as a genius and a martyr who was unfairly scrutinized by the media. Could it be that Carrey sees Michael as a symbol of resistance against the very system he's come to disdain? Or is this just another example of Carrey's penchant for provocation, a way to keep himself in the spotlight while throwing Hollywood's elite into disarray? Of course, it's important to note that there's no concrete evidence to back up Carrey's alleged claims. The idea that Oprah and Diddy were terrified of Michael Jackson is based on whispers and speculation, not hard facts. But that hasn't stopped the internet from running wild with theories. Some fans see this as a vindication of Michael's enduring power, a reminder that even in death, his influence looms large. Others are more skeptical, questioning whether Carrey's alleged statements are simply the musings of a man who enjoys shaking things up.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know.
What's undeniable, however, is the fascination these claims have sparked. The idea of Michael Jackson as a figure so powerful and enigmatic that he could unsettle two of the most influential people in entertainment is frankly irresistible. It paints a picture of a man who wasn't just a pop star, but a cultural juggernaut, someone who operated on a level that few could comprehend, let alone challenge.
Guys, they found underground tunnels at Diddy's homes. This was first brought up by Shadow of Ezra, where he talked about the underground tunnels in Diddy's luxurious Los Angeles mansion. It was an underwater swimming tunnel leading to a mysterious grotto, reminiscent of an ancient and modern human use of caves. Now, this is all alleged, of course.
As the whispers grow louder, one has to wonder what else might come to light about Michael Jackson's relationships with Hollywood's elite. Were Oprah and Diddy really as unsettled by him as these claims suggest? Or is this just another layer of myth-making around a man who remains one of the most enigmatic figures in modern history? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. And if there's one thing we know for sure, it's that when it comes to Michael Jackson, the story is never quite over. Oprah Winfrey, the queen of daytime television, the media mogul who has built an empire on the pillars of inspiration, empathy, and connection, her public image is practically untouchable. But is it all just a facade? Beneath the polished exterior and feel-good interviews, there's a darker, messier narrative that's been whispered about for years. If we pull back the curtain, what do we find? Conflicts, grudges, and accusations that paint a very different picture of the woman millions revere. Could it be that Oprah's pristine reputation is, in fact, carefully constructed to hide the cracks? Let's take a closer look at her alleged clashes with some of the biggest names in the industry and how they suggest her public image might not be as genuine as it seems.
Let that be a lesson to all the bullies. May it be in comedy, may it be in wherever. You never know who you step into.
Let's start with Monique. the Oscar-winning actress whose career took a nosedive after her fallout with Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels. Monique has been vocal about her grievances, claiming that Oprah played a significant role in blackballing her in Hollywood. It all began with the 2009 film Precious, a project that earned Monique widespread acclaim and even an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. But behind the scenes, things weren't as rosy as they appeared. Monique refused to do unpaid promotional work for the film, stating that her obligations were fulfilled and that her time with her family was more important. According to Monique, this decision didn't sit well with Oprah and the film's producers. What followed, according to Monique, was a campaign to label her as difficult and hard to work with. In interviews, Monique hasn't held back. She's pointed the finger directly at Oprah, accusing her of being part of the problem. "I was labeled as difficult because I wouldn't work for free," Monique said in one interview. But the feud didn't stop there. Monique also revealed that Oprah blindsided her by inviting her family members, including her brother, who had allegedly harmed her during her childhood, onto her talk show without her consent. This betrayal cut deep, and Monique has not been shy about calling Oprah out publicly. "You did nothing but cause hurt and harm," she said, addressing Oprah directly in a social media post. Monique alleges that Oprah's actions weren't just personally hurtful, they were professionally damaging. By refusing to stand up for her, or worse, by allegedly contributing to the negative narrative around her, Oprah effectively shut doors for Monique in Hollywood. And let's not forget, Monique claims she has receipts. She's shared that she recorded conversations with Tyler Perry where he allegedly admitted wrongdoing and expressed regret for how she was treated. Oprah, however, has remained silent, refusing to address the allegations head-on. Is her silence a sign of guilt, or is it simply her strategy to rise above the drama? Either way, the damage to Monique's career is undeniable.
Every time she made a mention to hip-hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut in hip-hop.
Now let's talk about 50 Cent, the rapper and business mogul who famously clashed with Oprah during his rise to fame. At the height of his career, 50 Cent claimed that Oprah was completely against everything that was in my music. He alleged that Oprah's distaste for his lyrics and persona wasn't just a personal opinion, it was a professional barrier. Oprah, according to 50 Cent, had no interest in engaging with him or his music, and he felt excluded from the cultural conversations she was shaping.
You have a couple of pets as well, a dog and a cat with interesting names, to say the least.
Yeah. That's Oprah.
That's Oprah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And enemies they were, at least for a time. 50 Cent didn't hold back in expressing his frustrations. He even named one of his dogs Oprah as a tongue-in-cheek jab at the media mogul. But it wasn't just about petty feuds. For 50 Cent, it was a matter of representation. He felt that Oprah's dismissal of his music and his message was emblematic of a larger issue, her inability or unwillingness to engage with the realities of the communities his music spoke to. Eventually, the two patched things up, with 50 Cent even appearing on Oprah's show. But the question remains, why did it take so long for Oprah to engage with him? Was it a genuine misunderstanding, or was there a deeper bias at play? And then there's Seal, the Grammy-winning singer, who took to social media to accuse Oprah of knowing about Harvey Weinstein's alleged misconduct for years and doing nothing about it. In a now-deleted post, Seal shared a meme of Oprah and Weinstein together, accompanied by scathing commentary. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially harming people. My bad, Seal wrote sarcastically. While Oprah has publicly condemned Weinstein's actions and voiced support for his accusers, Seal's accusations suggest that her stance may not be as clear-cut as it appears. Did Oprah really turn a blind eye to Weinstein's behavior, or is this just another example of her being unfairly targeted? Either way, the controversy added another layer of complexity to her carefully curated image.
I want to get into this Epstein thing a little bit. I think the American people are very curious about who's on this list, or these lists. You have been doggedly trying to get all the information. And now we learn, thanks to you, that you've been stonewalled by people in New York. Do you want to explain that?
Rose McGowan, another outspoken figure in the Me Too movement, also didn't hold back when it came to Oprah. In a fiery tweet, McGowan accused Oprah of being as fake as they come, and called her out for her past associations with Weinstein and Russell Simmons, who has faced his own set of allegations. McGowan's tweet included a photo of Oprah and Weinstein together, a visual reminder of their once close relationship. I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah, McGowan wrote. I wish she were real, but she isn't. For someone like Oprah, whose brand is built on authenticity and empowerment, accusations like these are particularly damaging. They challenge the very foundation of her public persona.
Yes, Mark. So, as you know, we released about 120 pages of documents, and I started asking for these documents right when I came into office, and before Kash Patel was in there.
Even he has thrown Oprah's name into the ring, albeit in his typically cryptic fashion. In one of his many rants, he suggested that celebrities, including Oprah, are controlled by unseen forces. While West's comments are often dismissed as the ramblings of someone seeking attention, they tap into a broader narrative. The idea that Oprah, despite her image as a beacon of independence and integrity, might not be as free from influence as she appears.
He was forced. He didn't just bounce. He was forced to retire because they accused him, Pam Bondi and all them, because he's hiding thousands of... Why would this guy, an FBI agent, because mind you, Kash Patel's in. I think there's a misconception, Jillian, that people think that all the people that are in all of a sudden switched and now they're pro-Trump and they're pro this agenda, and that's not the case.
These conflicts and accusations paint a picture of Oprah that's far more complicated than the one we see on screen. They suggest that behind the scenes, she's a figure who inspires not just admiration, but also resentment and mistrust. Is it because she's a powerful woman in a male-dominated industry? Or is it because her public image doesn't align with the reality of her actions? Whatever the case, these stories add depth to the enigma that is Oprah Winfrey. They remind us that even the most polished personas have their flaws, and that power, no matter how benevolently it's wielded, always comes with its share of controversy.
So there's a number of things that could be redacted. The first thing that you're going to be thinking about is confidential information as to survivors' names, addresses, and other identifiers. Redactions can be as specific as that, or they can be generalized. And you're usually either working under some type of confidentiality agreement, some type of statute, some type of code.
But what do these conflicts mean for Oprah's legacy? Can the queen of daytime television maintain her throne in the face of such allegations, or will the cracks in her image continue to grow? And perhaps more importantly, how much of this is real and how much is simply the price of fame? One thing's for sure, the Oprah we think we know is only part of the story, and as more voices come forward, the full picture might be far more complicated than we ever imagined. What do you think? Is Oprah truly the icon we've always believed her to be, or is there more to the story? Let us know in the comments below.